Hi, everybody. How you doing? Is it nice and cold where you're at? It's freezing here. A couple days ago it was 67 degrees. Yeah, we got problems. We got problems in the country. Don't know what to say, peoples. We got a lot of problems. Anywho, so I hope everybody's keeping warm. I'm freezing over here. I don't know what's going on with you guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you're having a better week. And it's almost over. Christmas is almost here. Everybody ready? I'm ready. Ho, ho, ho. That's what I say about Christmas. I don't think I had a great Christmas since my son was a baby. I mean, it's always been nice, but that excitement of Christmas isn't around like it used to be for me. It's because I don't have any little kids around me. That's why. So anyway, I just want to say how you doing, everybody. Hi, Alma. Big surprise. You're there. So anyway, we pay for our t-shirts. Okay. T-shirts are going to go into my my website. Okay. They'll pretty much be earmarked for the people. I think it was you, Alma, that you wanted highlight yellow instructions only, right? I don't know what you're talking about. Where do we go there? Okay, so you said any color, I think. So I got white, I got long sleeve, and I got short sleeve, and I got a couple of colors. So they're gonna go on my website. When I post them on my website, okay, for the ones that say they want them, I will make sure nobody else gets them, unless it's you guys. Okay, so I'm good because I don't even have to. You can go in and buy it, but there'll only be one for each one that you get. Okay. So I'm good. And it doesn't matter because I can run right down the store and go get the t-shirts. I'm good. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okay. Oh, and I got to show you guys this. Check this out. Check this out. Wait. How you like my hats? How you like my hats? Okay. I got these in a whole bunch of colors too. I think you guys saw them on Facebook, but if you didn't, here you go. I got 4 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 colors. I got 6 colors. So if you want one of those, let me know. I really like these. These are so friggin' cute. I can't even stand it. So anywho, it's not funny. Stop laughing at me. Oh, I made this other hat. I wonder where I put it. I made another hat, and it was just eyes on the hat, big pretty girl eyes, and I put it on upside down. So I'm just going to put the words drunk on the top of it. Big old smiley face, and she's drunk. So anyway, so I don't know what you're talking about, the highlight yellow stuff. Make one that says, listen, Linda. That is perfect. I love that. Not too many people get listen, Linda. So you saw that little boy? Bad as hell. I love him. I love that little boy. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about, we're going to just continue the conversation about the complaints and about how you guys write them. Today, I think I want to show you actually how to take my form and turn it into something for you. Okay? Okay, that's not funny. So that's what I'm going to do. What did you say? Okie doke. What is it? Listen, Linda. I got to write that down because I'll forget. Because I'm old. I forget everything. So listen, Linda. And I was gonna make one that says wombats. Just wombats, nothing else, just wombats. And the people that buy them will know. And I'm gonna put it in. If you know, then you know. How's that? That's cute. I like that. Wombats. That's what I'm gonna put in. Wombats. If you know, you know. I like that a lot. In parentheses. Okay. I just screwed up one. I'm so mad. Yeah, wombats. Okay, I'm gonna make one for wombats. So I'm gonna be busy this weekend just making those damn t-shirts. I finally got it down to a science, and then I bought some stuff and I used it, and the stupid thing didn't peel off right. I'm so mad. I wasted a t-shirt. Luckily, it wasn't that expensive, and I'm not that mad. But Yeah, I got them for a good price. So, and they're good t-shirts. So I know where to get them now. And right at my old favorite Hobby Lobby store. Thought I would have to go someplace else, but I like these. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about, again, how to write a complaint and how to actually put the complaint together. Okay, this light is driving me nuts. Jesus Christ almighty. It's like one eye is blind. Wait, there we go. That's too dark. Okay. Anywho, so when I tell you guys about FAPE, and that the school district denied FAPE, I still don't think you guys get what I'm talking about when you're writing up the complaint. So when you write up a complaint, you have to cite a law that they broke under IDEA, because that's what you're going for. You can't say the teacher looked at me funny and I didn't like it. That's not a law. The teacher can look at you funny if they want to, or the teacher said she's not going to implement the IEP. I'm going to use this one, and I don't want nobody to get mad at me. I'm going to use this example. Okay, that's a perfect thing. See, if I was sitting at the table and a teacher looked at me, and because I was asking her a whole bunch of questions about my kid, she didn't like it. So she copped an attitude and she tells everybody at the table that she's not going to educate my kid. Okay, number one, that's an immediate denial of faith. Immediately. Okay, because what she's saying is, see, what I would say to her, so wait. You could do just like this. Wait. Are you telling me you're not going to implement my kid's IEP? Is that what you're saying? And then you look at the chairperson and say, did you hear what she just said? She's not going to give my kid an education. You know my kid's in her classroom and has an IEP, right? Am I the only one that knows that in this room? This is when you become a smart ass. Okay? This is what you do. This is how you talk to them. Okay? So don't let anybody threaten about not going to educate your kid. Let me tell you what the law says. And this is what you say. Okay. I'm going to teach you guys a trick. Even if you don't know the law, pretend you do. And you say, well, that's funny, because it's my understanding that if my kid's on an IEP, not only do you have to implement it, the whole IEP, everything in it, you also have to have a copy of it to make sure that you implement the IEP. Because if you don't implement the IEP, that's called a denial of FAPE. So what are you going to do again? Girlfriend, what you going to do? What you going to do? So I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. Chop, chop. So you look at everybody at the table. You say, you all heard it. You all heard her say, she's not going to implement my kid's IEP in her classroom because she doesn't want to educate him. So one of two things we got to get straight before we leave this room. Where's my kid going? Because I don't want my kid in that crazy woman's classroom anyway. I don't want him there. Okay, because she's already said she's not, and now I don't trust her. So even if somebody in this room tells her, yeah, you got to teach him, I don't believe she will anyway. I want her out now because she's stupid. Another thing that's going on the teacher, stupid. See, that's how you have to talk to them. Do not let those wombats just talk out of their tiny holes. Just don't let them say stuff. Oh my God, Utah had me sign more papers to get the updated IEP before this new school. Why do you have to update an IEP before you move? That doesn't even make sense, Diane. Tell them to eat shit and die and just go move. Just move. Here's what they have to do. Okay, whatever you signed, they have to send to the new school. Period. When you get to the new state in the new school, they're going to have a team meeting, hopefully, because I know where you're moving. And it's their job. It's both schools' job. Okay, it's both their jobs to send all of the documentation that they have on your kid regarding your kid's needs, not just the IEP. No, all of it. And you got to sign a release, I believe. I'm in the new state, in the new school. Okay, good. So all you have to do is you tell the new state that it's their job according to the law. And if they want, because I hate them, I can send you the law and then you can send it to them. Okay, where it says they have to get because she's a transferred in student. And be very careful about that stupid state, because they're going to offer you what's called the McKay Scholarship, and it's horse manure. Okay, go look at it. It's called the McKay Scholarship. The last time I looked, they didn't have. What you're doing is you're signing away your idea rights in Florida. Okay, if you live in Florida, you are signing away your idea rights. But here's the thing: you sign away your rights, but those wombats get to come to your team meeting. You ain't paying for nothing. Why? They're paying for the tuition for your kid to go there, but they're not implementing the IEP, and it says it right in the contract. McKay Scholarship, exactly. It's for kids with autism, and that's the first thing. You start asking for services, they're going to throw that at you. Be careful. If they do, ring, ring, hello, Timmy. Hey, yes, what the? Exactly. I told you don't move there, because they're crazy. It's better to keep your kid in the public school setting. And the other thing is, if you go read up on the McKay Scholarship, none of the teachers have to be certified teachers in anything. They don't have to be certified dog catchers and work in the McKay Scholarship school. The McKay Scholarship is not, I didn't have a choice. I understand. It doesn't matter. You're there now, so now you got to buck up. Now you got to fight, okay? But don't start none until there's some. Wait for it, because now you're getting a heads up of what might be coming down the pike. So now you know what to do next. Ring, ring, hello, Timmy, girl. Yes. Okay, write this complaint. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, because there's a law under transferred in students. Okay, when your kid transfers into a new school in a new state, the state has two options. They can either accept the IEP that they already have written, or they can develop a new one that they can't take away any of your services. Okay. In order to change anything in the IEP, they still have to do an evaluation. And they may want to do an evaluation. Let me tell you something. That dumb state, all I'm going to say is this: DeSantis is the governor, and that fool wants to wipe out all of the history regarding the presidents and how they own slaves. All of that got to go away. They're making sure that kids don't read certain books in Florida. Oh no, it's nuts over there. It's great here. It's a great place. So you gotta be careful in Florida. I'm telling you, it's nice and warm. I think the heat done cooked their brains. I swear to God, because I went through hell when I was helping somebody out there. I mean, they blatantly lie about like ESY programs. They told one of my parents one time they told me that they only have 2 solid weeks of ESY for every single kid in the district. 2 weeks, that's it. That's not what the law says. The law says it's based on a case by case basis, and the team determines what's getting. Yeah, make room. I'll move in. Absolutely not, girl. I love you. I don't love nobody that much. Nobody's moving in here. I got 2 guinea pigs. I'm good. So yeah, just keep me updated, and I'll tell you what to do with them, because they're crazy. And OSEP's well aware of them. So anyway, so yeah, don't talk about N1s. Stop talking about N1s. N1 is Massachusetts. Every state makes up their own forms. They call them different names. It's the same thing a different day, okay? So it's an N1 in Massachusetts, but it could just be a prior written notice in Florida, okay? So don't. Go look up the laws. I just looked them up last week. I found them. So they're not that hard to find. Okay. Yeah. I'm the mother who you. Yeah. Don't get into a spitting contest with these people in Florida, because they're crazy. I'm not even beginning. I can't even tell you the nuttiness that went on there. I can't. It's crazy. But anyway, so today I'm going to try to show you guys what I want to explain first what parent participation is. Okay. Parent participation. Okay, there's something itching me. I don't know what it is, because it's hot in here, and I don't understand. It's not smart. It's just like something's biting me. Anyway, okay, I'm better. Now, parent participation under IDEA is just as important as consent. The IEP is the backbone of everything. You are front and center. They don't get to make unilateral decisions. They just don't. Now, do they do that? Absolutely. Because they're crazy. And most parents don't know that they don't have to accept the wombatness of the school district. They don't have to accept nothing that they're making up. okay? Because they just make up stuff as they go along to suit their needs, okay? And what you guys have to be is more assertive. And you can say it in a nice way. No matter how you slice and dice it, you're being assertive, okay? And you can say, excuse you, I'm sorry, I must have missed that in the idea. Could you tell me what number that is? Because it's my understanding that parent participation is one of the key things under IDEA. What you're telling me is I'm supposed to sit down, shut up, and don't touch nothing at these meetings. And the only people that are important are you guys. Have you lost your minds? Because if that's the way this is going to go, just write up all of your stuff, and I'm going to nail you on the failure of you to allow me to participate in this meeting. Now, the first thing you have to understand is parent participation starts at the team meeting level when they send you a notice. They have to send you a notice. This came up last week, and that's why I decided to do the topic on parent participation, because it's huge. And it can be a denial of FAPE, because think of it like this. This is how you guys got to think of stuff. If you are denied your right to meaningfully participate in the team meeting process, that's everything: talking, asking questions, reviewing data, all of that stuff, okay? Then how can you make an educated decision on what the district is proposing? You can't, because you didn't have the information prior to the meeting. So the first thing I want to tell you is never, ever, ever make a decision at the team meeting. In Massachusetts, do not sign that IEP. I will smack each and every one of you in a row. Go to a second. The other way. Pisses schools off. Watch me sign over. No, stop doing that. I'm going to punch you. Anyway, my hair's not looking right, and I don't like it. I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, so parent participation is huge, okay? And the reason why the school districts try to tell you stupid stuff like tell you the team meeting, you get a notice in the mail. The team meeting is going to be on December 12th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. These are the people that are going to be. That's even if they tell you who's going to be there, okay? And this is the agenda for the meeting. First of all, let's do this, okay? I'm going to show you where that law is that I could not find to save my life last week. I just don't even understand why I couldn't find it. And it was the second one. It's just bad. Okay, so first, that was what I want. Okay, so now I got to move you over here so I can see it while you guys are seeing it, so I can scroll. Okay, this is how I find, at the top of this chat, if you guys get the transcription, okay, when I type in, now sometimes it doesn't make sense when you're reading it, okay? So you got to be careful about what's being said, what's being transcribed in the transcription of this. But when I type in the name of the, what do you call it, of the law, I think that shows up. And what I actually did this time is I copied and pasted two laws that are in there, okay? One is parent participation. The other one is denial of FAPE. So that's right in there, okay? And I'm going to, on last week's meeting, I put in under the YouTube video, there are links to the documents that I discussed. And this week there's going to be this one and the last one, okay? So there's going to be lots of things for you guys to look at. My kid just fake smacked me for signing an IEP. Good. That's what you get. Okay, so this is what I do. I get the link for the idea, okay? And this is what I do. I know the laws. So what I do, you don't type in the name of the law. You have to literally go, you got to type in like evaluation or something, but you just play around with this website, okay? Because you'll be able to find everything you need. I'll show you where most of the stuff is under the table of contents, and it'll be easier for you. So the regulation that I was looking for was called Parent Participation, 34 CFR 300.322. I'm not going to believe where I found this. Remember we were talking about last week, a lady asked about the team meeting, and they're telling her what date it is and stuff, and she asked something to the effect, do I have to go on that day? And I said, no, it actually says the meeting has to be mutually convenient. Let me tell you what it is. It's right here. See, it's 300.322, which is going across the bottom of the screen, okay? It's parent participation. Under A, this is what it literally says. The public agency responsibility. In general, each public agency must take steps to ensure that one or both of the parents of a child with a disability are present at each IEP team meeting or are afforded the opportunity to participate, including notifying parents of the meeting early enough to ensure that they will have an opportunity to attend. You know, because you guys don't work for the school. Early enough. See what that means? Get it? Is there a link to the website? What? Which one? This right here? Yes. It's on it's on last week's, and I'm going to put it on this one too. You talking about the regulations, Michelle? Yes, it is. Wait, let me just see something real quick. The template. I didn't put it on here. So stupid. But I'll put it in the link after the video. Okay. And it'll say, here's the link to IDEA regulations. And it's already on the one from last week. Okay. Let me go back down here. Okay. I hope I answered your question. So this website that I'm looking at, this is on last week's website. Okay. So you're good. Okay. So then it says, and this is what you tell these idiots. The second one says, scheduling the meeting at a mutually agreed on time and place. Time and place. Now there's another one that talks about the notice and what it must contain. Okay. And it must contain the purpose of the meeting, the location of the meeting, and the attendees of the meeting. There's another one. I'll find that one in a minute. Okay. Lord knows I like to look all over the place. Oh, here it is right here. D. It's right underneath it. Information provided to parents. So in the notice, the notice required. Okay, let me see if I can explain something to you guys real quick. IDEA is is step-by-step instructions for the school district to follow. You understand? It's not for you to follow at all. You don't get any money to follow this. Nobody paid you to follow this. The school district and the state, they got paid to make sure they follow this. They got a whole bunch of special ed money. Now, whether or not it was enough for them, that's of no concern to me. They agreed to what was in the contract, that they would implement the IDEA regulations as a condition for them to get the money. There's no asterisks. There's no conditions upon which they can selectively implement any of these regulations. Do you guys understand that? These regulations, that's why I always cite them, because they're step-by-step instructions for the wombats to follow, not for you. When they don't do this is how you got to look at the law. The law says specifics, like this in this instance. The law says information provided to parents. So it says, it doesn't say, well, right here it says public agency responsibility general. Okay. This public agency responsibility is for everything under this law. Okay. And then it breaks it down. Each public agency must take steps to ensure that one or both of the parents. Okay, good. And then for one or both of those parents, they also have to provide parents with information. The notice required under paragraph A, this is the notice. Okay, this is a notice. It's a notice. Wait, let me do this. Yeah, that's it right there. See, it highlighted it for me. Notifying parents of the meeting early enough to ensure that they have an opportunity. So when they say information provided, they're talking about, number one, notifying parents of the meeting early enough to make sure that they have an opportunity to attend, and schedule the meeting at a mutually agreed upon time and place. I always hear noises in my house. I mean, my apartment's this big. Anyway, so here it is right here. The notice that they send. So this is why I tell you, when the school district sends you an email about the team meeting, it can't be an email from the SPED director or the team chair saying, hey, girlfriend, we're going to have a team meeting at such and such a time on such and such a day. Let us know if you can attend. Yeah, no. No, that's a big fat no-no. Okay? So, because this is what the notice is supposed. What you do is you say, "Excuse you, girlfriend. Where's the notice? Are you sending me a notice? First, send me a notice. Here's the dates that I'm available." When you get that stupid email from them, because they do it all the time across the United States. So when you get the stupid email from them acting like they're your best buddies and they're sending an email to a girlfriend, you say to them, "Excuse you, are you sending me the actual notice? Question mark. And for the record, I am available on these dates, all the dates you put in there for 2 weeks out. For 2 weeks out, you put it out there. Don't even answer their stupid question about when their dates are. You say, these are the dates I'm available. Because what they'll also do is they'll send you the damn email. Excuse me. They'll send you the damn email with the date on it, and tomorrow is the meeting. That's another thing they do. So you say, first of all, I have a job. Hello. Just like you have a job, I have a job. My boss is not letting me out because the school district called me. You're not paying me. I don't work for the school district, but you just be nice at first. And you say, "Excuse you, where's the notice? Am I getting the notice, the actual notice? Question mark." And then you say, "I can't make if it's like right around, if it's 2 days from now, and there's no way you can schedule it for that time and work and do whatever you have to do. There could be, you can have a conflicting thing." You don't tell them none of your damn business either. Nothing. Shh. They're on a need to know basis. They don't need to know why you can't go. You can't go. They didn't do it right. That's what you tell them. "I can't go because you didn't do it right. Stupid." That's what you tell them. You say, "I can't go because you didn't do it right. Stupid." Anyway. So you tell them, "Here's the dates I'm available. Go out 2 weeks from the week you're in. Don't count the week you're in. You cannot do it on any day. I don't care." Listen, I got to tell you guys something real quick. Okay. It doesn't matter. That IEP doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Okay. When that IEP gets done, is it as important as them doing it right? Because what they're trying to do, when they don't provide you with proper notice, when they don't give you an opportunity to gather your thoughts and to get all the stuff together and to get stuff from them that they're going to bring to the meeting and talk about, because that's what you're going to ask for too. Okay. Then they're narrowing the scope for which you can participate. Okay. I mean, you got to wait for them to tell you what's in the stuff they're reading. So the next thing in that same email that you're going to say, and by the way, I'm going to need copies from every single participant. I need to know who's coming to the meeting. And I need copies of everything they're going to be looking at and talking about at that meeting, so I can look at it before the meeting. I need it at least 2 days before the meeting. Okay? Because you can't participate now. And this is what I'm telling you. This is how you prove denial of FAPE. This is how, right there. Shit. And, okay, guys, wait a minute. This is what I'm telling you when I talk about denial of FAPE. Okay? Because if you can't participate in the meeting, I don't know what this thing is doing. If you can't participate in the meeting because they didn't give you the stuff that you needed in order for you to participate so that you can have an intelligent conversation with them during the meeting so that you can make an educated decision about what your kid needs, because you tell them, "I don't know what planet you people are on, but I'm not relying on anything that you say. I have a say in what goes on. And my records show yada, yada, yada." But I'll show you how to do that later. Okay. But just for the notice itself, if they don't do any of this, then when you file your complaint, what they did is the school district failed to allow you to meaningfully participate in the IEP team process, because you asked them, and that's why you got to put everything in writing. Put everything in writing. I have a recorded audio from a teacher IEP meeting to be held at 8:30. I don't care. You send them this. You send them this law. You understand me? And I sent it to the SPED director, CCO. They sure give me at 11 a.m. IEP. They did? Told you. You see what she just did? She did exactly what I told you. I'm very proud of you. Okay? So as soon as you CC to OSEP and the names and stuff, everybody's paying attention. Okay? That's what they do, because OSEP is the epitome of their boss. It's above their boss. Okay, so the school district's immediate boss is the Department of Education in your state. What you did is you jumped over the Department of Education and you went straight to OSEP. So somebody in that stupid school knows who OSEP is. Good for them. That's what they get. Yeah, I told you. It works every single time. They're cowards and they're bullies, and you got to bully back. That's why I'm like I am. Because they do crazy shit like that, and it goes up my ass sideways. Because all I get, okay, good, no problem. Well, we'll have a discussion with OSEP about what you're doing. Is that what you want? See, that's how you get them. Every single time, honey. Good job. You feel a little satisfaction there, do you? I bet you do. That's how you do it. Thank you, Alma, for sharing. That's how you get shit done. They don't get to do that. You see what this law says? It's the exact opposite of what they said. Do you know how many parents are playing that silly game with them? And that's what you can tell them. You could, anytime you want a meeting with me, if you can do it at this time, on this day, I'm good. But don't do it, because anything can pop off in your life, because you know what you don't do? You don't work for them wombats, do you? No. So you just leave it at this time. And then they are going to try to pinpoint you on that. You say, look at people. Because they're going to try to say, well, I said this meeting. I didn't say forevermore, wombats. I said this meeting. Do you see the date on this email? See? Because what will happen is you can also do another little trick. Another way to get them to pay attention is you send the email, you send that same email, and then you CC it to that person that I showed you where your people are at OSEP. And you say, I just need a question. The school district told me that the same thing that happened. And I just need for clarification, is this true? Because it's my understanding that's not true. That's not the way this is supposed to work. Am I right, or is the school district right? Because this by no means, and you use the words, this by no means is mutually convenient for me. It might be mutually convenient for them. But as me being a part of the team and me not working for the school district the last I looked, otherwise, they need to send me a W-2. I did that. You know how many times I've told schools that? I'm going to need a copy of my W-2 because I don't work for you. Last time I looked at, and you owe me a lot of money. Yeah. So, and you're welcome. That's how you do it. Okay. I'm glad it worked for you. So, and this is what has to go in the notice. When you get that notice, okay, this is what it has to say. Inform the parents of the provisions on 321 NC relating to the participation of other individuals on the IEP team who have knowledge or special expertise about the child. Okay, those are people that need to be at your IEP meeting. Okay, they have special knowledge or expertise about your kid. That means you can bring anybody in too that has special knowledge, or like an evaluator that did an evaluation and you gave it to them. Yes, you can bring them to your meeting. Okay, and that carries a lot of weight if you're going to a hearing or you're filing a complaint, because what it'll say to the person doing the investigation is, wait a minute, you didn't even take any, the parent gave you this information, because that's what you allege. I gave them the what do you call it? I gave the school a copy of the evaluations to discuss the results, and then I told them that my person was coming, and they wouldn't let him come. That's all bad for them. It's all bad. Developing an IEP without this, and your kids getting speech and language, OT, PT, anything, okay? Any related services, even the speech, the like a BCBA or somebody, whoever is delivering a service really needs to be at your kids' meeting, because they're the ones that are going to be developing, they're the ones that are going to be implementing the IEP. So I don't know how they can write goals and objectives and the person that is going to be implemented didn't have a say in it. And that's how you get them on the IEP is not reasonably calculated. And that's why the IEP wasn't. And usually what that means is the IEP is not going to be implemented because that person doesn't know anything about what they're writing in there. They didn't ask her for doodly squat. And if they did, she minimized everything, or he minimized it, so that the IEP doesn't carry like a lot of responsibility and accountability. Accountability being the most important thing. They want the IEP to be as vague as possible and as ambiguous as possible, so that it relieves them of their responsibilities as the implementers of the IEP. All of that is a violation. Okay, you can't have an IEP that's ambiguous because it's I stands for individual education plan, which any reasonable person with reasonable intelligence knows that individual education plan means that everything in that IEP is specifically designed for that child that the IEP is being written for, not the whole school. It's just not. It's just not. Okay? That's what they want you to think. Well, that's how typically what we do is when they use the word typically, there's a problem. You can't use the word typically with my kid on an IEP. There's no typically. What you're saying is all kids that have disabilities, this is what they get. And that's how you answer them when they say stuff like that. When you're at a meeting, this is what they don't want you to do. Because if the notice goes out and you get everything that they have before the meeting, now you have an opportunity to ask hard questions, and they're not going to want to answer them. And you tell them, so let me get this straight. You're not going to put this in. You're not going to answer these questions, but you're going to write this goal. That doesn't make any sense. So you're writing a goal that doesn't address my kids' unique needs, but what you're telling me is it addresses your needs as the school district. So that means my kid's not going to make any goals, any progress whatsoever. Is that what we're doing here? And you put them on the spot. And if you can tape record a team meeting, if they agree to tape record your team meeting, if you live in a 2 consent state regarding tape recording, or if you live like in New York and it's a 1 consent law, you always tape record your team meetings. If it's a 1 consent state, you can tape your conversations and they can't stop you. If you live in a state like Massachusetts where you need consent from all the people being tape recorded, otherwise it's wiretapping, you got to tell them I want to tape record the meeting. And then you ask those questions on the record. And what they're going to start doing is, all of a sudden you're going to see the SPED director coming to your team meeting. And then after the SPED director, they'll kick it up a notch and they'll bring in their attorney. Don't be afraid of that stupid attorney. Do not be afraid of the stupid attorney. Okay? The attorney is dumb. They're dumb. They're only there to protect their client. And that's what you have to tell them. You have to tell them to pick a lane. Okay? Because when they start telling this, when the school district staff starts looking at the lawyer, then you have to ask, I'm confused. Are you the team chair? Are you a part of this team? What is your job function? What is your role here? What is your role? And she'll tell you, I'm here to represent my client. You know this isn't a hearing, right? Now, all of this is being tape recorded. They're dumb. They'll do it. They'll do it. They've done it with me. They're stupid. Okay? All of that's being recorded. There's your proof that they denied you your rights to meaningfully participate in the team meeting process. And that's literally in here. Okay? So here we go. So it says, so you have to know who's coming to the meeting. And whoever's coming to the meeting has to match what the law says. One of the things that the law says, which is really, really cool, is that the person from the school district has to have knowledge about what the school district has and what they can offer the student. And they have to be able to say yes or no to your requests for services or supports at that meeting. They have to tell you. They can't say, I got to go check with the SPED director. As soon as they say that, you say, wait a minute, what? You don't have the authority You're not a designated representative for the SPED director? Because according to the law, and bluff, I'm telling you, just bluff. They don't know it. They don't know nothing about the laws. Okay. So you say, well, according to the regulations, there's supposed to be somebody sitting at this table who can grant me my request or deny it right now. And you're telling me you're not that person? So I got to wait after this meeting for a decision about my request? You think I'm going to forget? I'm not going to forget. As a matter of fact, here you go. And then on your phone, you guys love using your phones. On your phone, send an email and say, I have just been informed by the team chair that she does not have the power and authority as a designated person for the school district to answer this question, and then type it in and then send it to the SPED director and CC it to OSAP. That's what you do. You want to see how quick somebody comes walking in that room? And then you can tell them, well, until somebody can sit at the table who has the power and authority, because the law, this is an illegal team meeting then. I don't have time for this nonsense. Because anything I ask you, you're going to tell me you got to go ask the SPED director. Go get that silly SPED director and drag their butts into the meeting. Go get them. Go get them right now, or we have to end the meeting. And then you end the meeting. If they don't come, end the meeting. And then right as you're typing, you sit there and you type a thing and say that I ended the team meeting because I found out that the person, the team chairperson did not have the power and authority pursuant to the IDEA regulations to make decisions at the team meeting regarding what the district has, and I will give you the law. I'll give you the law. If it happens to you, you tell me, and I'll give you the law, and you just cut and paste and put it right in the email. Mm-hmm. And then you CC it and you ask a question. You ask a question to OSAP. Remember, you have to remember something about OSAP. If you ask OSAP about the laws and only the laws, and it's like one thing at a time, you'll get answers. You'll get answers. They did that to me when I asked for the AFLs. The BCBA said she did not know the administer the AFLs. Okay. I don't, you say, I don't know what that means because you don't know how to do it. That means it can't be done. Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me he doesn't need it? Because the AFLs is the assessment for functional living skills in all areas. The reason why the wench didn't want to do it is because she might not know how to do it. You tell us, okay, I know somebody who knows how to do it. Mm-hmm. There's plenty, and you can do it online. Yeah. So you have to put it in writing. And you have to say, I don't understand what that means. Because the BCBA didn't say, we don't need the AFLs. Did she? No. I actually have a copy of the AFLs. I bought it. All of it. Community, participation, all of it. And I can show you, I can send you pages and tell you, this is what you asked the school district for. You want to know this, this, and this. And somebody has to do the AFLs. And there's only one. She said she did not know if this district could do the. That's not the answer. Was this a side conversation or is this at the team meeting? If it's at the team meeting, then you got them. They're busted. Because what she's not saying is that they don't need to do it because they have all of this. They don't want to do the AFLs because the AFLs is it's an assessment that's done every quarter. And if they implement the goals in the AFLs comes with goals and objectives. Stop it. Stop it, Alma. Okay, you send an email to the SPED director and you say, during the team meeting, I requested the AFLs. First of all, the BCBA doesn't get to say that, and your meeting was illegal. And this is what I want you to do. You say, during the team meeting, okay, this is for Alma, okay? You got to remember this because I'm just going to put it on here and just say Alma. Another thing, right, guys? If I mark it on here, I'm just going to say Alma. If I mark it, if I just say Alma, when you get the transcript, look for your name, okay? And that'll tell you where this whole statement is on the timeline on the thing if I forget to put chapters, okay? So you can find it easy. So what you do is you send an email to your girl. You attach the BCBA's name and you include the SPED director, okay? And you say, during my last team meeting, I requested and you spell it out, the AFLs, but you spell it right out. And the response from the school district's BCBA was she didn't know if the district could do it. However, according to the law, that's not. Is that how she was supposed to respond to me? Isn't there another way? And I will show you how to write it up. She can't do it. I can't think off the top of my head how you would say that. But there's a way to say that. And what I would say, pursuant to the law. Oh, that's what you say. Pursuant to the law, the school district has to evaluate in all areas of suspected disability. There's nothing in the law that says if the school district can't do it, the testing. Because the school district didn't say, you put it in writing, the school district didn't say, my child didn't need that, or they refused to give me that thing. The school district didn't say that. What they said is the school district can't do it. They didn't say that he didn't need it. They didn't say that the other assessments did all of the testing. And what you say in your email is the school district's assessment did not cover all of these areas. And you list all of the areas in the AFLs that you want done, because you could do just one book. You could do community, you could do school, home living, what is it? Community participation. There's lots of stuff you can do. It's like 6 books. Okay. And you just say, they didn't do any of this, but if you let me know, I'll get the book and I'll send you an email. Put a note on here and say, Tammy, what am I supposed to do? And I'll break it down. I will break it down. I will write the email for you. Okay. You put a comment in here and you say, Tammy, what were you talking about when they said they can't do the AFLs in your response? And then I'll put it all up. You said you were going to write me an email. I'll write the whole email for you. And then you send it. And I'll go and get everybody's name and everything. Oh yeah. Fix their asses. And then I'll go get the SPED director's name, the state SPED director's name. So now we're going to drag them in because these people are just stupid. Okay. So this is, so you got to have, you have to have a list of the people who's coming to your meeting. That's your right. Okay. And then it says, for a child with a disability beginning not later than the first IEP to be in effect, the child turns 16 or under, if determined appropriate by the, must indicate the purpose of a meeting, that a purpose of the meeting will be considering post-secondary goals, transition, yada, yada, yada. So they have to tell you that. Other method, conducting the IEP without the parent, detailed directive use. Oh, and if your native language is not English, you tell those wombats in an email that your native language is not English. Okay? In accordance with the law, because your native language is not English, you need an interpreter. I don't care what language you speak. Do you understand me? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you teach Turkish, Ukrainian, whatever it is over there, Middle Eastern. I don't care what you, Chinese, Japanese. I don't care. They have to go get an interpreter. Okay. It says right here, the public agency must take whatever action is necessary to ensure that the parent understands the proceedings of the IEPT meeting, including arranging for an interpreter for parents with deafness, if the parents are deaf, any kind of deafness, partial deaf, all of it, yeah, or whose native language is other than English. You see what it says? There's no asterisk in there. There's no conditional. There's nothing in there. The law is the law. Okay? The law is the law. Period. Enough said. Then it says, and then parent copy of child's IEP. The public agency must give the parent a copy of the child's IEP at no cost to the parent. Okay? So now let's go look at, is it 321? I think it's 321. So that's parent participation. So let me go back. If the school district didn't do any of this in here, okay, one of the things that they got to do is, okay, here's the next law, 34 CFR 300.321 IEPT. Okay, this is what they were talking about in the other law. You see, let me tell you about IDEA. If you violate this, more than likely you violate the next one. Okay, if you violated 321, then you definitely violated 322, because you can't get past 321 to get to 322. Okay, you got to do 321 first. So if the school district didn't do it, the public agency must ensure that the IEP team for each child with a disability includes the parents, not less than one regular education teacher, if the child is or may be participating in regular education environment. Okay. Now, there are kids that have two. They have regular ed and they have special ed. In that instance, you have to have at least one regular ed and at least one special ed teacher at the team meeting. So you got the parent, that's regular ed, or the special ed, or the special ed. Here's that part I was telling you about the team meeting, and when that BCBA person said that stupid shit to you. This is where it is right here. It's 321. Okay, I'll put that in here too. 34 CFR 300.321. This is the law you cite to them. And I'm going to put BCBA-AFLs. Basically, they're refusing. And you know what they'll say? They didn't refuse to assess. They just refuse to assess. So you can go in and look for that on the transcript, and it'll tell you right where the minutes are. Everything that I say, everything that's being done, it has a coordinates on the video. Okay? So just get the transcripts, people. Okay? So this is what it has to have here. The representative, okay? Person at that team meeting. Unless the BCBA, what you have to do is you have to look at the BCBA and you say, excuse me, are you running this meeting? Are you the person I have to contact if I need something from the school? Is I go through you, the BCBA? Are you the SPED director too? Are you the designated representative, just like the law says? Are you that person for the school? Because you really didn't answer me. I don't know what that means. When they don't answer your question, you say, okay. You look at them for a long time. There you go. Thank you so much for that information. However, you didn't answer my question. I specifically asked you for my son to be assessed using the AFLs. And your response is, is that a refusal? Is that a refusal? And that's another thing. They are out of their mind. They know I am recording the meetings. I told you they're stupid. They don't. It's because they don't think they're going to get in trouble. You know how you know they know they're going to get in trouble? When you contacted OSEP and you told them what they said about 9:30. Oh, poof. That's when they know. They're testing you, and they will test you every single time on everything. They'll test you. Make no mistake. Okay? And they don't care. And what you can do is you can send that recording to OSEP and let them know. I mean, I actually have this on recording. Because they first wait for them before they say anything. This is what you do. Because they're stupid. What they're going to do is they're going to deny that they said that to you at the meeting. And you're going to say, oh, really? And then you say, excuse you. And you send OSEP the recording and you say, this was the recorded meeting. They allowed me to record them and this is the meeting. And then they're going to go sit down and listen to it. And now they're going to say, oh, no, we can do that. I thought so. Because now they're caught. Because what you're going to allege, Alma, you're going to allege that the school district did not evaluate in all areas of suspected disability. And therefore, the IEP is not reasonably calculated to address my kid's unique needs. Look, I'm going to put it right here. I'm just going to put this. The failure of the district to not conduct the requested evaluations or provide the requested supports and services. What was I saying? The failure to conduct the requested evaluations. Means that the IEP is not reasonably calculated to address my child's unique needs, and therefore the IEP denies FAPE. See? Everybody, listen. Whenever these idiots do something to you, when you're filing a complaint, copy and paste that. For every single thing they did. Okay? Every single thing you're accusing them of, you quote that. And you say, and all of these, there's 3 laws in there. Okay? So 304 is they did not evaluate in all areas of suspected disability. That's 300.3. Oh, good. Oh, that's good. I didn't even realize they did that. 34 CFR 300.304 is evaluations, and the district must evaluate in all areas of suspected disability to determine your kid's unique needs. Okay. And then, based on those evaluations, determines the supports and services for your child. So if they don't evaluate in all areas of suspected disability, then they can't write an IEP that meets your kid's unique needs. That's a denial of FAPE. See how that works? Isn't that cool? I love it when a plan comes together. I love it. I'm just going to leave that there, okay, guys, because it's really good. Okay. And transition participants, determination of knowledge, the determination. Okay. And then there's even a definition in this law. Okay. Determination of knowledge and expertise, the determination of the knowledge or expertise of any individual described as a team member of this section must be made by the party, parents, or public agency who invited the individual to be a member of the IEP team. Okay? So you can invite anybody you want as long as you can say that. Now, you can invite somebody to just sit there and take notes because you need somebody to take notes for you. Okay? Or, oh, my next one is coming up. Or you could say, well, they're going to actually participate in the meeting because they do have knowledge of my kid based on yada, yada, yada. They're my kids in the daycare. They babysit for me. We're very close friends. Yeah, whatever it is, I don't care. You just tell them. You just tell them. Okay. And it's approved by you. Okay. The next one is what I was talking to you about with the BCBA. This is what it says. Designating a public agency representative. So what you say is to the BCBA. So you're the person that was designated by the SPED director to be the representative for the school district. Is that what you're telling me for this IEP meeting? So it says here, a public agency may designate a public agency member of the IEP to also serve as the agency representative if the criteria in paragraph A4 of this section are satisfied. Where's A4? A? Okay. A4 is this. The representative, it has to be qualified to provide or supervise the provision of specially designed instruction to meet the unique needs of children with disabilities. This is the representative, okay? Is knowledgeable about the general education curriculum and is knowledgeable about the availability of resources of the public agency. So those are the three questions that you ask the BCBA. So you have knowledge about the general education curriculum? Is that what you're telling me? And you say, so you have knowledge about the availability of resources of the public agency, but you never said any of that to me when you just said no, because they're going to argue with you that she really didn't say no. Well, first of all, I want to know, what power and authority does she have? Because I didn't ask her. And don't listen, when you're asking, God, I keep going into more things. Okay, guys, listen to me. When you're asking the school district for a service or a support, you don't ask the speech and language pathologist. You don't ask the BCBA. You don't ask. The only person you ask is the team chair. And the first thing you say is, have you been designated as the school district's a representative for this team meeting to make decisions? And are you knowledgeable about the curriculum and yada, yada, yada? And if they are, then they can make a decision when you make a request. Because if they have to say, well, I have to go clear it with, oh, no, go get the SPED director, or we have to end this meeting and tell the SPED director to drag her little skinny butt over here, or wherever she is. Just tell her to drag her butt into the meeting. Because, are you going to do that? Because I need to know right now. Remember, you guys have something that I never had when I first started out. You guys have technology that beats, and you all know how to use your phones. You all know how to send an email. Keep the emails and the email addresses of OSEP the state Department of Education SPED director and your SPED director in your phone at all times. So when you go to write that email, you just send it right away. You say, it's okay. I don't have time for this nonsense. I'm going to end this meeting. I'm going to wait for the response to the email I just sent to OSEP on this very issue. And then we're going to find out, because what you just did is denied me my right to AFLs. You're saying no. You're telling me you don't know if the school, you're supposed to know the answer. First of all, don't ask her. Say, excuse me, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I had no business asking you. And then you turn to the team, the person, the chairperson, whoever's sitting there, you ask them. Even if it's a SPED director, you turn to the SPED director and you say, you're just going to sit there? If the SPED director is there, then the SPED director can answer your questions. You do not ever talk to the OT, the PT, about additional supports and services. If you want additional supports and services, you go straight for the jugular, and the jugular is the SPED director. It is not by any means necessary the providers. The providers just provide. Okay, they write up their reports. You have a report in your hand that says, for instance, speech and language, you want to go from 2 times 30 to 3 times 30, and you have an evaluation by an outside speech and language pathologist, and that person said your kid needs 3 times 30. You have proof by an outsider who doesn't have anything to do with the school. You see, the school has an agenda, and their agenda is to keep costs down. If your kid is going to get 3 times 30 for speech and language, then that means their budget's going to be, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's not your problem. They should have a better way of doing things. Nobody cares about their budget. It's not your job to care about their budget. Your job is to care about your kid. Don't worry about these wombats. It's not this. It's just not your job. It's not. Okay. So that's what you have to do. This is what's called a denial of FAPE. When they say to you, okay, now here's another one. So let me do this. Okay. So let's say, I got to take this down, guy. I want to hide it for now. Okay. So it's there though. So now, where am I? So the notice that you get from the school when you ask for stuff, okay, is called prior written notice. Okay. That's usually also the same notice that you get when you, for a team meeting. It's pretty much the same. 34 CFR 300.503. Okay. This is very important. Prior written notice is a bitch. Okay. This is where they have to pick a lane. Okay. And this is what you have to say. So when you're at a team meeting, that's why I say when you go to the team meeting, what I want you guys to do, when you land on a date, all of you can agree on, you say, okay, when it's signed, sealed, and everybody agrees to it, you send another email to them. Right after that, you get the notice in the mail, or you get the notice in via email, and you say, oh God, I lost my train of thought. When you notice, private notice. Okay, when you make sure you guys are all on the same page for the meeting, you now send an email over to the SPED director and to the team chair, and you say, I need copies of any evaluations, any data that was collected, anything that whoever is going to speak at the team meeting, whatever they're using to refer to, I'm going to need a copy of that. And that's all you say. I need it 2 days before the team meeting. Otherwise, I can't attend because I will not be prepared to participate in the team meeting process. That's what you say. I will need these documents, yada, yada, yada. And they're going to come back and say some wild shit. I'm telling you, they're going to say some wild shit. And you say, good. Okay, good. And you're going to go to the team meeting. And then you're going to tell them, I don't know what you're talking about. I never got that paperwork. I don't know. I can't make an educated decision about what. So you denied me my right to participate. And then all of it comes back into play again. Then you say it again. You're like a pit bull. You don't let it go. Okay. You don't let it go. You just keep saying it. So let me get this straight. I asked you, first you guys don't know what mutually convenient is. So then I got to get OSEP involved. Then you guys want to set a time and a date that the only way you can do an IEP meeting is at 9:30. Then I get OSEP involved. And then, oh, lo and behold, it's 11 o'clock now. See, this is what you throw in their face and you make them eat it. like a puppy that pees on the floor. You think, that's what you're doing to them. That's what you're doing to them. And you do it, okay? You don't let them save face, okay? Because they're no good. They don't have to do this shit to you. They're doing it because they know they can, even though they really can't. Nobody challenges them. That's why they do this crap all the time. Nobody challenges them, except for my people. And then they're like, so who's teaching you all this? None ya. None ya. And they're going to say, what do you mean none ya? None ya damn business. Yes, Pitbull. Okay. That's what I want you guys to be, Pitbulls. I want you to be aggressive and assertive. I don't want you to be violent. And I don't want you to be, unprofessional to a degree. Okay. You can just look at them and say they're crazy, but you don't have to scream it. You don't have to do any of that. I do that all the time. But I'm different. I can do it. Okay. Because I know what to back it. I can back it up. And I can't even tell you how many meetings I've ended. I'm like, I'm done. This is stupid. We're not having this meeting so you guys can sit there and say you had a meeting. Go ahead and send me a piece of paper that I didn't want to participate. No, I don't. Because I'm going to respond to it. I'm going to tell you why. Because you're stupid. Yeah. That's me. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. So when you get your prior written notice, so you just asked the BCBA for the AFOS assessment. None ya. That's right. None ya. I should put that. None of your damn business. Okay. That's another one. Oh, okay. T-shirts. None ya. None ya damn business. Just so you guys know, I'm writing down things that are going to go on T-shirts. Okay. So the next, and then you say, so you're going to put that in writing, right? That I can't have it because what you just said. And then you repeat it. Every time you ask for something and they give you anything but a yes, you tell them, if they tell you no or they give you some, you say, is that a yes or a no? I'm confused. She's a big time BCBA. How come she can't answer the question? So you have to challenge her on it. And you say, I'm sorry, you never answer my question. Is that a yes or a no? I don't understand, because I know that the school district can hire outside contractors to come and do the assessments, right? And they'll say, yes. Well, I also know that you did not evaluate in all areas of suspected disability. I know that too. So I don't understand what your problem is. Are you telling me to go get it done? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to go get it done? I mean, I don't know, because here's what I do know. Because you're not doing it. So no matter how you slice and dice it, they're not going to do it, period. They're not going to do it. So if they're not going to do it, that's a refusal. Just like it says right here. Refuses to initiate or change, yada, yada, yada. Okay. See where it says right here? Wait. See where it says refuses evaluation. Okay. When they refuse to do an assessment that you're requesting, okay. First of all, just so you know, the AFOs, there's not too many assessments that are like the AFOs. They're almost a one-of-a-kind kind of assessment where everything is in one. And it's all done in a certain way so that it can be measured each quarter. And that's what you tell them. This can be measured each quarter. They're supposed to go back and do the assessment again. The same assessment. They're supposed to do it again to check. Because there's a grid on it. And the grid shows you all the things that he needs help in. And then it shows you where he's achieving. So if he's not making any changes, there's something wrong. Now you got to change the IEP. See? That's what I'm talking about. Denial of FAPE. And now you have proof that they didn't teach your kid to poo-poo caca. Because you did the AFOs. And they didn't do the assessment. And you tell them, no, you don't understand. The AFOs is done quarterly. See the book? And your kid's name is on the book. So every kid has their own book. Every kid has their own with their own name on it. Mm-hmm. And they have to give you everything that's on it. Now, there's another one. You could do the ABLES-R. But the ABLES-R is different. The ABLES-R is the assessment of basic language learning skills, revised. And that's a good assessment too, but I prefer the AFOs. I think the ABLES-R is for kids, I think, that are more nonverbal than verbal. But it doesn't go in, it's a good assessment. I love it. But it doesn't go in the way The AFLS does. And there, to my knowledge, there's no assessment that does. And they have to use assessments that are valid, reliable, technically sound instruments. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the AFLS and the ABLES were like this close to being deemed valid and reliable, technically sound instruments. But there's nothing else to measure. There's no way to measure any of this. And they like it like that. So when they refuse your request at a team meeting, if you ask for assessments, you ask for supports, you ask for services, you want to change the amount of time your kid is getting speech and language, OT, PT, whatever, okay? And they say no to your request, your immediate response is you're putting it in writing, right? Because when they put it in writing, this is the cool thing. Content of the notice. The notice that they have to send you. They have to tell you why. They're telling you, I'm going to have to beat my guinea pigs. They just turned over their bucket full of hay because they want to poop and pee in it because they're bad. Anyway, I digress. So they have to give a description of the action that was proposed or refused by the agency. They have to put it in writing. We are not agreeing to provide the AFLS. Okay? They have to say it. Then they have to give an explanation why the agency is refusing to take the action. I'm just going to use the word, there's two, proposes or refuses, okay? Because they could propose something and they could put it in, they have to put it in writing too when they propose something. But if the only time you get a refusal is because the parent asked for something, school said no. It's the only time. Because in order for something to be refused, something had to be, an event had to have taken place. A request had to have been made, okay? And the request isn't being made of the school district to the school district. See what I'm saying? Think about how the law works, okay? It's a reasonable person. People get hung up sometimes and they don't understand how this stuff works, but you're overthinking it. Just listen to the words, okay? The words tell you everything. Tell you everything, okay? So they have to tell you. They can't just say cuz. Because we didn't feel, no, feelings are not, it's ambiguous as hell, okay? It's just ambiguous. You can't use ambiguity to use as an excuse for not doing something. If you're not going to do it, then you should be able to tell us exactly why you're not going to do an assessment that you didn't do, because that's what I know for a fact, they did not evaluate your kid in all areas of suspected disability, just as it has to do with the functional living skills of your kid. I already know they didn't do it. They don't want to, because it's a law. Because they're going to find out your kid can't do a lot of stuff. And the IEPs are onka doodoo caca. So once they explain why the agency said no, then they have to give a description. Check this out. Of each evaluation procedure they used, of each assessment they used, of each record or report the agency used as a basis for the refusal to do the assessment. In your case, I'm talking about you. So in your case, it would be the refusal to do the AFLS. And they didn't do none of that, because we don't know if that's not a good answer, because they can contract services out. Any thoughts about the KC Living Skills Assessment? I have done that, but it's not valid. But it gives you, I use the KC Living Skills, if it's the same one, for kids that are transitioning, and they're going into, like, under the law, it's 16 years of age. So if you're doing transition, yes, it gives you, it's just like the age appropriate toolkit, which I think I gave you guys the last time. The age appropriate toolkit and the KC Living Skills and the ONET. Okay. Yes, it's done for foster kids, but it's to help them moving forward. That's why they do that. It is for foster kids, but you can use it for, like, there's a thing called ONET. Okay. Where is it? NET. Okay. ONET is for transitioning, and it's for kids are between the ages of 14 and 18 or 22. They're going to graduate. It's for transition, okay, from high school to adult living. So, and you have to do it early. You don't just start when they turn 18. So this helps them to figure out what they want to do going forward. So, and every year, like if you start with a kid that's 14, 15, and 16, what they want to do when they grow up changes every 5 minutes. And then, now they got a better idea. And that's what those assessments are for. They're to help the kid find out what the kid is good at. ONET is really good for that. Okay. I think that's the labor board one. The United States Labor Board. It helps them to identify what area they will be good at based on what they like to do right now, based on what they're interested in right now, their preferences. So that's part of the transitional assessments. That's all part of that. ONET, Casey Living Skills, the AFOS. The AFOS covers everything. Which is participation, community participation. That's how to catch a bus, how to ride a train, how to make change, how to have a bank account, all of that stuff. That's why it's important. That's why they don't want to do it. But the best, yes, AFOS is the best. AFOS is the best. I love that guy anyway. I just think it's no, what's his name? Oh, geez, I forgot the guy's name. I haven't done it in so long. I have the books over there in my thing. But yes, it's on point. And I've actually used the AFOS to write IEP goals and objectives because of the way it's written. When you have to test them, the goals and objectives are already in the AFOS. It's already there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the district has to tell you why they're saying no. They don't get to just say no. This is why I always tell you, when they give you some half-baked answer, this is the one that you really want to give them. You want to say, you didn't tell me a description of any evaluation or procedure you used, an assessment that you used to come up with that stupid ass statement you just made. What record are you using? You ask her all of these questions. What evaluation procedure, what assessment, what record, what report did you use to come up with that answer? Where did you get that information from? You do know that the school district can contract an outsider to come in and do the assessment. They hire them. I don't understand. And then you tell them, and for the record, I know someone that knows all about the AFOs. So don't do nothing. If you do hire somebody, don't do nothing stupid. Because I know how to read them. Okay? And then you say a statement that the parents of a child with a disability, see, they have to tell you. So when the prior written notice comes, they have to tell you what your rights are. They have to say that you can dispute their decision. See, the reason why they did it that way, I want everybody to understand, the reason why they say some ambiguous, stupid, when you ask for a service, why they say ambiguous, stupid stuff instead of just saying no or yes, is because if they don't give you an answer, then they always come back and say, well, we didn't say no. Did you do it? I tell them, did you do it? They said no. There you go. You didn't do it. You just said no. But if they say no, then you can dispute it. You can dispute their decision. But if they don't say no and they don't say yes, but they don't do it, it's a no. And that's what you got to prove. They never said, they never told me they weren't going to do it. They just said this nonsense right here. And they won't even, they'll just pretend. So what you got to do is you got to put in an email and you got to say, during the last team meeting, I asked for the AFOs and the BCBA said this. And you quote what the BCBA said. And you say, therefore, please forward me a copy of the prior written notice for this. Or don't say nothing. Just don't say shit. Don't say shit and just wait. Because they can't just lay on it. They have to send you prior written notice and it has to have this. Especially if they don't do it. What I would do is wait 6 weeks. 6 weeks and see what they do. Sources for parents, okay, and then they have to tell you who you can contact so they can help you understand what just went on, what's going on in that paper. A description of other options. So when you were talking to Wombat about that, did she say, well, we're not going to do the AFOs, but we could do yada, yada, yada. They have to put that in, right? They didn't. You know what they're going to say? When you get the prior written notice, they're going to say, nothing was rejected. That's what they're going to say. The team agreed to everything. And you got to get that piece of paper and you got to say, this is a lie, this is a lie, this is a lie. So when you go home after the meeting, what you have to do is be prepared for this meeting. So you write up everything that you want for your kid during the team meeting. Everything. You write it all up. Everything that you want. And every time you ask for something, you say you're going to put that in writing, right? You gonna put it in writing? So you write, and then on your paper you write who said no, their name, and who said no, and what you asked for. So you already write it up. And then when you ask for it, wait till the end and say, oh, well, I have some questions. And they'll tell you, well, you can wait till the end because they think you're gonna forget. But you got it on your hand, and what you walk in with is a folder, and you open up the folder, or you just, it doesn't matter because most people don't do in-person meetings, but that was another trick I used to do. I used to walk in and open up a folder with all the questions written out so they could see everything. So every time somebody said something to me, right next to their name, I would write what they said. Or that I asked for this and they said no. And that's what you do. You write down what you want, and then you write down the answer. And then when they don't give you an answer, you say, I'm sorry, I asked for this and you didn't answer me. And you don't ask the PT, the OT, none of the providers. You look square in the face of the SPED director or whoever's in charge of that meeting. And you say to them, I need to know now. I need to know now. And then like these, you know what I could do? I can turn these into separate documents. So let me see if I can do this. So I'm gonna, and I can attach them. So it'll be pages. There'll be separate pages for you guys. You want me to do that? So like prior written notice will be one page. It'll be the law, and it'll be one page. Okay. So 34 CFR 300.03 503 PWN, and then parent participation 34 CFR 300.322, and then what is this, 321? The other one was 321. What was it? I'm going to make, I can print these out in pages. Anybody can, by the way. If you can find this, I'll show you how you can print the page. Okay, CFR. I'm going to show you how to turn this into a page that you guys can actually have in a binder. Okay, the IEP team. Yep, okay. So it's 321 is the IEP team. So let's say you go to this website, right? You go to the website, and so over here on the, okay, I gotta move me around. Okay, wait, gotta move. Okay, there we go. Okay, see right here, it says print. Okay, if you're on this website, and I've already given you the link, when you type in 34 CFR 300.321, you'll get this. It's the IEP team, right? It says generate PDF. You click on that. And you wait for it. It's doing its thing. It's turning it into a PDF. Okay. And so now it turned it into a PDF, and it went up here in my downloads. Okay. And there it is. Okay. So now what do I got to do? Oh, I got to stop it. All right. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you what it did. Stop. Screen share. Screen share. Share. That's not what it did. Oh, I did the wrong one. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Wait, give me a minute. I'm going to show you what it looked like. Screen, Chrome, window. There it is. There it is. Okay. See what it did? This is what it turned it into. Okay. So we went from the page, and it just scrolls down. So it's only 2 pages. And you just keep this, you print it out and you keep it, or you save it, and then when you always have it. So when they talk about the IEP team, and they talk about what the person is, a representative. So there you go. You got to highlight that. Okay. And then you go down here, who can interpret. Okay. An individual. Okay. So what their job is. Whoops. Undo. Where is that? Oh, God. Why does this keep happening? I just want to undo it. Okay. How come it doesn't have, oh, there it is. Undo. I don't know where undo is now. But anyway, right here. Okay, so this is the part where you give to you. So it's number 5. Okay, so I can make these into pages for you guys so that you can you'll have them. These are very, and I'll do FAPE. So I've got 320, 503, 34 CFR 300.321 is IEP team. You want me to do a FAPE one? Do you guys want? I'm still confusing how to challenge denial in PW. I hope you can study the videos. Okay. Yeah, it's you got to line up your ducks. Okay, like I said, the PWN has everything it's supposed to. First of all, you got to make sure when you go to a team. I'm trying to figure it out in my head. When you go to a team meeting, you got to go prepared. You got to go and you got to know what you're asking for. And you got to know why you're asking for it. Now, a lot of times you know why you're asking for it because of your kids' report cards. You got a record. Okay. It's just like what the law says they're supposed to do. Okay. So let's go back. So we'll go to 34 CFR 300.503. Let's look at this. Okay. Let's look at what the law says. You want to prove denial of FAPE, right? You want to know how that the prior written notice does it? Okay, let me show you how it does it. Okay, share. Okay, prior written notice. This is how you do it. So first of all, when you get your prior written notice, you got to know what you asked for at the meeting. Okay, so you make sure you have a list before you go to the meeting. Okay, and every time you ask for something, you got to write down what they said. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you don't do anything until you get the IEP. Okay. So in your case, for instance, you asked for the AFLs to be done. And the BCBA says she didn't know if the school district can do it. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with that. And that's basically what I would have said. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I asked you a question. You know what the AFLs is? And she'll say yes. I don't understand your answer. That's not a yes or a no. It's an in between. What am I going to do with that? Say, I need to know if you're going to do it. Don't say, I need you to explain. No. You say, this is very easy. I want the AFLs because it does this, this, and this, because my son has deficits or my daughter has deficits in this and this and this, all of which is covered in the AFLs. None of which is what you people evaluated in. And I am 100% certain that you people can contract for the person to come in and do these AFLs. I don't understand your answer. Yes or no. It's very simple. And put it in writing, you tell them. Just put it in writing. I don't want to hear it. Just put it in writing. But I want it on the record that I asked you a question and you can't give me the answer. First of all, it's not your job. It's her job or his job, whoever the SPED director is. Where's the SPED director? Are you in charge? And she'll say no. So first of all, there's a whole bunch of stuff you guys have to get straight in your head about who's in charge, who has the power and authority to fulfill your needs that you want for your kid at that meeting. You have to figure out the players. Figure it out. Okay, that's number 1. Figure out the players. Okay, then when you figure out the players, you got to figure out based on what you know about your kid, because you have proof of what your kid's needs are. You have proof, and the proof is the evaluations that you had done. And so when you're asking for these services, you do this. Okay. You describe that. Well, you can't see it. Wait. Okay. You describe this. You say this. You give them a description. You say, I need the AFLs because based on each of these evaluations, including the schools, okay, on the assessments and the records themselves, and the reports that I've received from the school district, I am making a request for the AFLs because my son, according to you guys, this is where his levels are, and he hasn't changed. And so I need the AFLs because, and then I will tell you exactly what the AFLs does. Okay. And you will just copy and paste it and you just read it to them. And you say, or you just, whatever you know about the AFOS, this is what you tell them. The AFOS does all of this for me. So to tell us exactly what levels my son is in academics, in all of the academics. Can he count money? Can he count change? Can he add double digits, triple digits? Can he add, subtract, and multiply? Can he do all? It actually does all of that. And to what level can he do it in? So while that stupid teacher was arguing with you about algebra versus this, your kid can't do algebra if he can't add, subtract, multiply, and divide. That's what you say to the stupid wench. So you're telling me my kid can add, subtract, multiply, and divide? Because I know I'm going to be 66 soon. But I know when I was in school back in the old days, before we got to algebra, we had to know the foundation of adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Because guess what's in algebra? All of that in one problem. It's in one problem. Big long one. Yeah. So if he can't do that, he definitely can't do algebra. So she needs to stop arguing with you. You need to know how to fight people, and it's real easy. When they say stupid stuff like that to you, you have to check their nuts at the door. I'm just saying. You just have to do it. You could do it nice. You could say, so let me get this straight. So I need you to explain to me what does algebra consist of? Make them define it. And you say, so what you're telling me is my kid can do math. My kid has the foundational skills in math and all of these areas, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Is that correct? Yes. So how many numbers can he add? 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits? How many? I don't know. Okay. How many digits can he multiply? Does he know all of the multiplication table? Does he know all of them? All the from 2 to 12? Does he know all of them? Well, no, he doesn't. Okay, strike 2. See what I'm doing? Going right down the list and canceling her ass out. Okay, that's why the sped teacher is stupid. I don't like people like that. I usually don't get into teachers like that. But if a teacher said that to you, then the teacher's stupid. And the teacher just doesn't want to do her job. She wants to go to work and go home and chill out and sit down. There are good teachers out there, guys. I mean, there are really good teachers out there that really care about what they're doing. There are really good special ed teachers. One of my cousins married a special ed teacher, and I loved her. I used to tell her all the time, I wish you were in my schools. She loved working with kids with special needs, and she was really good at it. But there just aren't that many because they get worn down by the administration and the teachers in the school. I mean, it's just pitiful. But anyway, so if you want to know how to figure it out, if the school district, in a prior written notice, if the school district didn't tell you what procedure they use, what assessment, there's your denial of FAPE. Okay? Because if they didn't do all of this, there's no documentation to back up their refusal. And if there's no documentation to back up their refusal, and your request is for additional testing, and they're not saying yes or no, and they're not saying that your kid doesn't need it because of all of this stuff over here, okay, then it's a denial of FAPE because the IEP is the end result. We have to always think about the IEP is the end result. Yes, babysitting our children. It's been, and they're not even that good babysitters. They're really not. I'm sorry, but there's too many that I know in special ed that are not very good at even babysitting. They're just not. They're just there in the room. I once represented these kids in Massachusetts. They were in two in one class. I represented. There was only 2 kids in one class. I represented both of them. And one day, the special ed teacher walked by the room, and the 2 teachers, they were BCBAs, but they were also teachers. There's only 2 kids in the classroom. They had their desks facing the wall, which meant their backs was to the kids. And the special ed director had to tell them, what are you doing? Turn your desk around. You can't see the kids. What the hell are you doing? And it was the sped director that told us. I was so mad at, and these people came from a private school. They came from a private school, and we got them into the public school. Yeah, because they're nuts. That's why I tell you, it doesn't matter what they say. It only matters what they do. And usually what they do, we can turn it into a bad thing for them. We can definitely turn it into a bad thing for them. They don't do nothing right. They don't do nothing right when it comes to idea. Nothing, nothing, nothing. It is screw. And you should have seen, but it's okay. I got them good. I can't tell you what happened, but I got them good. They're so stupid. I got them real good. Yeah, because they're stupid. And I'm tired, guys. I got to go to bed. But yes, so do you guys, nobody answered me. So do you guys want me to print out these pages separately? I mean, not print them out, turn them into PDF files, and I can attach them and put them on Facebook and under this video. If you guys want me to do this, so you'll have these 3 laws, and you could just save them to your thing and do whatever you want. Okay, but you'll be able to take this wherever you go and pull it up real quick. Remember, anything you ask for, whatever their response is, they have to put it in writing. If they agree to it, they have to put it in writing. If they refuse it, they have to put it in writing. And if they refuse it and they put it in writing, there's 7 questions they have to answer. Okay, there's 7. And like I said, they can't do it in an email. They can't say no. I've actually had them do it. I can't even believe they've done it. But don't tell them, you need to send me prior written notice. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. They know their job. And if they don't, too bad. Because I know their job. And you don't want to give them a heads up. You don't want to give them a heads up about what you're doing. What you want them to do is you want them to stop thinking you're some dumb parent who doesn't know anything, okay? And then they're just going to run all over you. Bite me. No, they're not going to run all over you. They're not. I'm not going to let them. Okay? So, all right. So you do, Christine, that's what you guys want me to get you those 3. There's 3 laws. It's prior written notice, parent participation, and the IEP team and what that consists of. Now, the IEP team, the most important part about the IEP team isn't so much who can participate in the meeting, which is good too, because it includes you. But the other thing is it says exactly what the designated person is supposed to do. When you go to that meeting, there has to be somebody who's designated and they have what their credentials are. And you can ask the team chair that when you go in. You highlight it and you just read it from the paper. And you just say, do you have the qualifications necessary to answer the questions here to tell me what services or resources that are available for my kid in your school in the event you deny any of the requests that I'm making? I know that sounds like, oh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Wing it. I'm telling you. Wing it. It doesn't matter how you say it. You don't have to say it like me. It doesn't matter how you say it, because no matter what you say, they're going to be like, what? I'm telling you. They're going to be like, what did she just ask me? Yes, that's what they're going to do. And when they say something, you say, no. According to the idea, don't say the law. According to the idea, which I have it in my hot little hands, you guys need to go look up what your job function is. Okay, because and if it's no, that's okay. Because I'll just send an email over to OSAP with this question. And they'll be looking like you. What? No, she didn't. Yes, she did. That's how you get them. That's how you always get them. Remember, everything free and appropriate public education. Your kid can't get that unless you are meaningfully participating in the team meeting process, which means whatever they're looking at, you should have a copy of before the team meeting so you can review it and write down your little handy dandy notes. Get ready for the meeting. Yeah, and it can't be like on a weekend. I'm telling you, I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them. They're just dumb, and you guys are at a disadvantage for real. And some of those people that are at the team meeting, they don't know shit from Shinola, you know. Like the team chairs, they don't know IDEA. They don't tell them about IDEA. They don't want them to know. You know how many times I've had to get the administration trained under IDEA in Massachusetts? I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. I had one teacher trained for the science teacher because she can't read an IEP. And the SPED director there was so nice. She was a really nice lady. And she was like, Tammy, I know. She said, I wish you hadn't. Well, she didn't do her job, so I did mine. And I'm tired of talking to people. It's like talking to the wall. They don't listen. They do whatever they want. And you're not doing that to my client. You're just not. I'm not letting you. And the kid to speak up. The kid that it happened with, grown ass man now. I mean, this like 30 years. This has been going on. So it's not that you can do this. You guys can all do this. I am not getting. And if you stick with me and you guys keep coming back here, I will say the same thing over and over again. That's how I learned. You think I know these regulations and stuff because I'm just so smart? No. These stupid wombats, they made me learn these laws because I kept having to look them up. Every 5 minutes, I had to look up the damn laws. And I'm telling you, the best thing you do is wing it. When you're at a team meeting and they're saying some stuff and it's not sitting right with you, the reason why it's not sitting right with you is because their math ain't mathing. It's not mathing at all. It doesn't make sense because it doesn't make sense. They're just throwing bullshit at you. So you tell them that's not what the idea says. And what you just did was violate the regulations. And then after a while, they'll get mad at you and they'll say, every time you come here, you bring up the regulations. Yeah. I mean, isn't that how you guys got money? That's the kind of stuff you say. Say just like that. Yes. I'm always going to bring it up. Now, I don't have to bring it up here. I can just file a complaint and bring it up and say, I tried to explain it to them, but they didn't want to hear it because they said it was bringing it up too much. That's how you get them. You embarrass them. That's what they don't like. They don't want to be embarrassed. Okay. They don't want to be embarrassed. They want everybody to think that they're just so smart. No, you're not. I don't think you're smart at all. I think you're stupid. You wanted me to think you're stupid. You win. I think you're stupid. You win. I'm not going to even argue with you. I don't care. I don't care. That's why I do what I want. Because most of the stuff that I do to protect my kids. And they're all mine. My kids. So if they mess with your kid, they're messing with me. And if they mess with me, I'm going to hurt somebody. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Don't start none. Won't be none. But if you start some, it's going to be some. So, anywho, I hope this helped. Okay, I'm going to give you every week. I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit more, because what happens is you guys will come back and ask more questions. Alma, I hope this answered your question, but until you just go back and look at what I'm saying. And if you're still confused, bring it back. I could 30 some odd years I've been doing this. Honey, it was a long haul. And it was trial and error for me too. I am not going to lie. And I still learn stuff. I learn stuff all the time. So it's just a work in progress. And now I just like doing this. I can't believe this is so much better. I mean, I am so happy now. I can't wait to buy your t-shirts. I love you too. I will put these out. I found you during COVID and I knew you were genuine and I'm your fan. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys come here. You have no idea. It makes me feel good that my life has a purpose. I am going to be 66 next month. And the other day I was laying on the couch and I was just laying there watching TV. It's the middle of the day, in the middle of the week. I'm semi-retired. I'm about to go into full retirement. But I was just laying on the couch and I'm just laying there watching TV and I'm like, oh my God, if I didn't have all the shit that I do, this is what I would be doing every day. This is not good. I do not like this laying on the couch stuff. My hands have got to be moving all the time. I got to be doing stuff like this. Okay, that's what it is. So, I forgot how much I'm selling that stuff for. The shirts are going to be cheap. I'm just going to tell you right now. And I'm going to make some. Oh, okay. Just so you guys know, I will put some of the colors that I have out there. If you guys want white, that's fine. But I can do it in different colors too. But I'm waiting for a shipment from Cricket. What do you guys want? Go to sleep. I'm waiting for Cricket because I need a special kind of stuff to go on the t-shirts. I don't care what they're saying. That shit they put on ain't working. So I need a certain kind of stuff because I just messed up a t-shirt. So I'm waiting for that. And it's on its way now and it's coming Federal Express. So I should have it in the next couple of days. And I'm just going to start making what I have. And if I need more, I'll just run to the store and go get them because it's not like I'm going to have a warehouse full of fucking... Oh, excuse me. I didn't really say that. I'm not going to have a bunch of t-shirts that say WWTD. Nobody cares. Oh, and I'm also going to be making tote bags too. So you could throw them in your car. I don't know if you guys are all still going to team meetings, but I'm going to make some tote bags that say that too. WWTD on it. And, or car bags. I'm calling them car bags. I need a car bag all the time. I always have stuff in my car that I got to bring in the house. Listen, Linda, girl, I'm putting that right on there. Listen, Linda, stupid school people. Hashtag stupid school people. That's another one too. Hashtag. I like that. That's a good idea. Instead of putting parentheses, I can put hashtag stupid sped director. Don't care. Hashtag don't care. So yes, I'm going to do that. Linda, I like that. That's my favorite kid of all times. All right, guys, I am going to go now. I hope this helped you. If you need more, I'll be here on Thursday again. Okay, I'm trying to keep up the Thursday thing. 8 o'clock. Everything's getting better, and I'm real relaxed now. I'm not yelling like I used to, and I'm calming down. I don't know if my meds kicked in. I had a thyroid problem that apparently was really effing with me. So anyway, so I will talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good weekend. No worries. Oh, trick. I'm going to give you a tip. Tip of the week. Do not open your mail from the school district on a Friday. They do it or from anybody, from the Department of Education, from a hearing officer. Never, ever, ever, ever open up anything on a Friday. Wait till Monday. They do it on purpose. I want to ruin your weekend. Yeah, they do it to me. I just never don't look at no emails either. Don't read an email either. No email, because they're going to get pissed off for the whole weekend. And there goes your weekend now. And it's the holidays. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I'm going to put them out there. As soon as I put them out there, the t-shirts are going to be on Facebook. I'll let you guys know what's going on and how much they are. And you can just go on and buy them. Okay. I'll let you know how much I have. If you want more, let me know. I have sweatshirts, t-shirts, long sleeve, and short sleeve. Okay. I will talk to you later. See you guys next Thursday. I love ya. Kisses. Have a good weekend. Happy holidays.